Well, hood, rest of van. It's been an ongoing project for a little while. I just keep driving it and not covering it. End up with stuff like this. It's not good. Where I pull off the paint to the bare metal and then drive around and hope it doesn't rain, and then it rains on me for a week and end up with this crap here. So I'm working on it a little bit, trying to clean it back up. And there's a good example here where use a little orbital sander and clean it back up like this. But what's interesting is you'll see, I don't know how well you can see this here, but right along the edge of the paint here is where the rust usually starts back. It's a little concerning. But if I continue to work it out a little bit, it ends up like this. And it looks horrible up close, I guess. That's the first time I've looked at it zoomed in. But it feels really smooth. So these spots here are actually quite smooth, and this one here, but here's, I haven't really completed this spot here. Interesting though, here I uncovered more rust. Let me sand this one down smooth a little bit and start the video back up in a second. Alright, I took off where that was growing over here. Make it a little tighter. And now there's no real sign of rust around this edge. And the problem is I kind of smooth everything out again. Excuse me. I should be wearing a mask, huh? And I was smoothing everything out again, and then I uncovered another little hidden spot up here. They seem to be all over the van, under the paint. Thanks, Mercedes or Dodge or whoever is responsible for galvanizing this metal or whatever. So what I think I'm going to do here, because this is an awfully big project, this and the other side. The other side's not like this. It's not quite as bad. But I think I'm going to clean this up here. Maybe these spots over here. Just kind of this top half of the door panel, a sliding cargo door panel, and just go ahead and put the etching primer on there. I mean, wipe it down and then put the etching primer on there, and then some filler primer, and then some color on top, and just to protect it, I guess, over these rainy months here in California. It's kind of like Lilo and Stitch. And just kind of do piece by piece, instead of sanding the whole thing down and getting it all prepped again and then not having time to do it and then having it rain on it again. Let me just do a little section at a time, and then eventually smooth the whole thing out and then paint over it or go to a paint shop or wrap it or whatever. So let me work on that now. Clean this up a little nicer and then start painting it. Well, scratch that plan. I went ahead and sanded all of it down. So I got the majority, if not all, of the rust off of these spots now. Now I just need to learn how to, this is another issue I covered in a different video, I think, this pitting of the steel. I could maybe sand more, grind more, and get more of it out, but I think it's just going deeper into the metal, and I'm wondering if just a filler sander is going to take care of it. It's just, I can't really feel much of a texture difference. You can just barely sense it, but it's definitely in the metal. Not quite sure what to do about it exactly. I'm going to do some experiments here. It looks awful, especially close up. Let's get real close to that. Looks like there's still some paint jammed down in there from sanding, maybe. Looks like huge craters. Yeah. But I need to do some experiments there and figure out what's going to work best there. So on all of the white paint, I took everything off. All the rest, there's still problems down at the bottom here. I still need to work on these areas here. Not so concerned about that. That's just going to be like rhino lined or some kind of bed liner down there. So I'm gonna research now what I use for like a tack cloth to get all the sanding dust off. I don't know if I just use a damp paper towel as the ghetto cheap version, or what I need to do there, and then I'll mask off everything I can and just go to town on this during this holiday break here, and I will update eventually. Here's what I'm well, rain's coming, about an hour. Did this late yesterday and just covered up all the spots, all the bare metal. Ran out. I was gonna do a flat color across the whole thing like this, but ran out of etching primer, so that's all I got done. I obviously missed a couple spots. A little bare metal there. Section there I didn't even sand off properly, so at least it'll make my job easier, I hope, after these next few days of rain. There's a hood, by the way, not looking so good again. It's like dampness in the air makes it discolored, so I need to find out what's going on there and learn more about that. I think I can do a wet sand or polish on it and it's going to smooth it out. It seems like a surface like reflectiveness that makes it discolored that way. It's not actually wet, it just looks like some of it is. Maybe I'll put a few more coats of clear on there, and then after it dries out here, after the weather dries out, and try to play with it and rub it around a little bit and see what comes up. So current status before the rain. Other side actually isn't that bad, but it does need help because it wasn't done properly. Looks good until you get close to it. Of course, I got a windshield and a Mercedes grill coming in soon, but not until I take care of this right here. That's pretty rough. I should probably cover that somehow. Oh, more bare metal up here. Got some repair stuff to do there too. So anyway, that's what she looks like now, and I'll get back on it here in a few days after the rain probably. Found another can. Covered up just the white stuff to get a little more uniform coat. I don't know why. Still didn't have enough down there. Hit some little spots over here carefully. Like the little bare metal pieces here and up across here. I covered them up a little bit just to protect the metal, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Although I had some of this before down on the lower panel here, and it didn't really protect new rust from coming back, so I think it's pretty porous. It's just the etching primer, but it's something. I'm going to sand it all down again nice and even later, so at least it'll give me, I don't know, a couple days of rain protection, and then it's going to start rusting through it again, I guess. I don't know. And I'm noticing all kinds of other little tiny things I still have to get to and do properly, of course. But anyway, here's what one side of the van looks like now. Rains are not here just yet, but they're coming. All right.